Go ahead.
You can only take my call tag when I'm dead.
Sit down. In your chair.
Final Fantasy II. What's our release date?
December 17th, 1988.
Can I just say something real quick before we go around?
Go ahead.
The whole song was great until the end, and they just go beep, and it stops. There's no like going out. It's just beep 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 beep.
To be fair,
It was on the NES.
It was done on an NES, so they probably only had like a minute-long track, and then they would set it to a loop so that it would repeat. But yes, that was kind of cool. Like if I had that on my iPod and I'm like chilling out, like you know, okay, I can kind of get behind it. It's got like a bit of a it's classic, yeah, like a classical feel, but it has this feeling to it. And then all of a sudden it's like what happened?
Well, you're gonna be thinking, hey, did my iPod die?
No, my iPod died, especially if I've never heard it, if I'm just introduced. Like, there is a redo of it, though, I believe, like that an actual orchestra does. Like,
Yeah. Actually, I think Distant Worlds has done it.
Okay.
That's something
So, to jump on to Final Fantasy II, you said it was 88, right?
Yep.
This is right after Final Fantasy I, coming off of the success, is what I'm guessing. They must have immediately launched in and said, look, we have something here, go with it.
Get the ball going, boys. Is basically what they said.
Well,
so, who here has and has not played it?
It's the only one I've ever played.
Are you shitting me?
No. Are you
being
sure?
serious?
Are you sure you're thinking of the right one? No.
Oh, no.
No. See, that's something I'm gonna make sure everyone notices this. This is Final Fantasy II Japan, which then eventually came out to us as 2, which replaced R2 and created that into 4.
I believe we got 2. Did we get 2 on the PlayStation 1?
It was packaged with Final Fantasy
Origins.
Origins.
Yes, it was packaged.
That was the
with
very
Origins.
first time we saw FF2.
I first played it, however, when it was Dawn of Souls.
Right.
Yeah,
That's the first introduction I got to Final Fantasy II. And
I've never had an introduction to Final Fantasy II.
I'm going to give you my advice now. Don't.
hold on. Before we do this, and we're supposed to go around the chairs here. Let's keep our format going correctly. I have played it. I've seen the final guy.
But you have not
I
beat
have
yourself.
not beat it. Jack has played it. How far did you get? No, you didn't
No,
play
I
it.
didn't play it.
Okay, he
No,
hasn't even
one.
played it. You?
No.
No.
Did
Kevin,
not find out
no.
myself.
Spencer?
No.
No.
I was introduced on the PSP. I played it, the beginning of it.
So you played that second release, the remake of the Final Fantasy Legacy.
Yes, I did play it on the PSP. And as far as I got, if I'm ruining it for anybody, I apologize. When your party gets wiped out after those 4 guys chase you,
You went
to the beginning of the game.
no. Let me finish.
Okay.
When I got to move around the world map, I
Yeah.
played it for about 10-15 minutes. Realized I didn't like it because of its one flaw that I didn't like about it.
Oh, the battle system?
Don't get into it yet, but okay, that's as far as you got. Go.
For my sins, and I will state this to a blatant fact, for my fucking sins, I have played and beat it on all of its current systems.
Stupid ass.
Yep. Because I was praying something would have came out. I was like, maybe they fixed it this time. Maybe it's better. Oh, Christ, was I so horribly wrong.
Final Fantasy II.
Blue.
Let me say it this way. Let me put it this way. I'm not going to tell you that it sucks. I'm going to tell you this. When your favorite character in a Final Fantasy is somebody that's not even
A main character?
that's not even like a real main character, the game sucks.
Game blows.
Oh, what? You talking about Minwu? Or
That's my favorite
Minwu?
character. Minwu is my favorite character.
You get to use him twice in your party. He starts off with you in the very beginning of the game. It's like, all right, I'm Minwu. I'm the rebel sorcerer guy. I'm gonna help you all out. This guy's just walking around. He's like, oh shit, we're all getting hurt. Cure spell from hell. Yeah, buddy.
He was my.
And you're
favorite
sitting there
guy.
going, cure 1?
I
He's
wish.
like, cure 20.
No, that's the biggest problem with the game is they did not continue. Okay, Final Fantasy always reinvents itself.
Oh, yes.
Always reinvents itself. Problem, in state, and in point, however you want to take this, here's my effing problem. It was like Morrowind. For me, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I don't want to stab and stab and stab with a sword to level up my sword. I don't want to get hit wearing my armor in order to level up my armor so that I can...
No. That was your defense, evasion, and your HP.
It's gay. I don't want to take my HP up because I got my ass kicked. I don't want to raise my mana because I use my mana spells.
No,
I don't want
I got
to increase
punched in the
each
face.
spell.
Now I'm
The
stronger.
only thing I liked about that concept is that I could start with Fire 1 and I could level it up. That I
Go
thought
to
was
6.
cool.
Well, the max level for all spells was 16.
The max level for that
I
game
believe.
is my dick.
Now, like I was
Come up
telling
with
you,
spells.
like I was saying, when I played it, that's what turned me off on the game. When I started playing on the world map, I started fighting, I realized, why am I not actually like getting experience and leveling up? So then I figured it out that I was leveling up my equipment. I didn't like that. That threw me off, and I wanted like a try.
No. You weren't leveling your equipment up. You were leveling your skills with the equipment up.
Well, regardless, that's retarded, and I did not like it. I wanted to give the original Final Fantasies a chance, 1 and 2. I wanted to give them a chance, but I couldn't do it.
Oh, Part 2, horrible.
Oh, no. Okay.
It introduced Sid.
Sid, yeah, that's actually where the Sid thing did
Oh, and
start.
it gave us a view of the very first Dragoon.
Oh, no, actually, it was also the very first Final Fantasy that you had party members die and stay dead. It actually gave us the plot line death.
I do
Oh,
like
Because
it
normally,
has story.
oh god, dead in a battle, you go, oh fuck, he's dead. Life spell,
It did
Phoenix
have an
down.
actual story.
You actually
It did have an
lost
actual
party
story.
members.
I was appreciative of that. But I believe it was still running. Okay, I can't say this for sure, but I believe on the original Nintendo when we got to play it, well, we didn't get to play it, but you get the idea. On the original Nintendo, it was still running on the 1-a-day magic spell. Gay.
I don't think so.
Now I'm almost positive. I'm pretty sure it was still happening even on Part 3. If you get the ROM for the Japanese
Part 3, yes.
But
But
yeah,
Part 2, I don't
I'm
think they
telling
did it
you,
like that.
Why would they go
There
back?
was no reason that they would change it to magic and then take the magic away and then give you, like, why would they go from magic points to 1 a day again?
Hey, here, have these cool spells that you can cast as long as you have mana. And 2, and then for our third game, we're gonna go back to that shitty thing we started in
I'm
the first
pretty
game.
sure it was still like that. I think that as the spells, like, as you level them up, then you could get like 3 a day. Or it'd turn into a
Now,
level 2 and you could get 1 of those a day. But I'm pretty sure it was actually still running on the 1 a day system.
You know how long it's been since I played the ROM for 2 that was like the NES
You know how
version?
long it's been since I've liked that game?
Never.
And there you go.
Well, now we can sit here and we can bash all of the problems that 2 had, but I wanted, since I never really played much of it, I want to know how's
I'll
the
give you-
story.
The story is actually pretty interesting. You start off as, the 4 orphan kids running the fuck away from the Emperor's troops going, oh my god, we're gonna die! Getting the hell out of there, and then you get trapped, get killed off by those guys, and your buddy Leon, or whatever the hell you decide to name that guy, is missing, quote unquote, when you wake up and then you go with this badass sorcerer guy. You're like, this guy's fucking awesome. He's keeping us alive. Blah blah blah. And he's like, all right, see you guys. And you're like, uh-oh. Where's our sorcerer? Need a monk guy.
Okay, so the only things I know about too was that you were part of a rebellious group called the
Wild Roses.
Actually,
the song that we played earlier, that was the Rebel Bass music, aka the Wild Roses. Most of the game's based off of that.
So was it?
One of the neat yet stupid things that they did put into that game for story progression, you had to learn keywords. Like literally, it's like you would walk up and you'd be like talking to this guy, and he'd be like, blah 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 blah, Wild Rose, and it'd be in red, and he'd be like blah blah blah, and you could go, wait a minute, that's in red. I'm gonna learn that word. Boop, and it's now your little dictionary.
Now,
and you walk up and talk to somebody, be like, hey, blah blah blah, Wild Rose, and like, oh, you're a rebel. Okay, here, come with me.
To be fair, the only thing I'm gonna say here is that
it was a neat concept.
Okay, here, it set the board for what would become, this is going to sound like blasphemy. I hate to even say this because I love this so much, but I'm going to say it because I think that it's true. That was the very beginning step, the very first step to BioWare.
I love BioWare.
KOTOR.
Oh!
You conversize. And I believe there was a game that did it before that, but regardless, I'm going to stick with KOTOR just to explain this. You talked, you had options, sometimes you could get a guy to say something and it would trigger new options. There. I think this was what triggered that first process that led to what we're seeing today.
And for some of you that might be acronym illiterate, KOTOR stands for Knights of the Old Republic.
Yes. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we gotta let everyone know in case they never played them.
There are some people that only play Final Fantasy. There are some people that only play, Soul Calibur. So
There are some people that never beat
yeah.
the first KOTOR and played the second one.
There are some people who played the first KOTOR, didn't really care for it, blasphemy, I'm sorry though, and never played the second one, but loved all the others.
Meatbag.
There's only 2 KOTORs! They're working on the third one!
BioWare.
Oh, okay.
And
I was about
KOTOR
to
3
say,
has
I'm a
been
slack
backburnered.
No, KOTOR 3 is the Old Republic.
And it's been backburnered.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this out of the way now.
You want to grade it now?
0.5.
Ouch.
Ooh.
It put down the possibility that someday we would see multi-options in our conquest of language with other people. And it introduced Cid and a Dragoon. But I'm not going to give them a whole bunch of credit for that.
They gave him a stage too.
0.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jack.
Never played it.
So,
We still need to
so
grade
from what
on it.
you've heard,
I'll give it a 1.
I'll give it a 1 just because they tried to keep the series going.
From what I've heard, it sounds like more ass. I'm going to give it a 0. This does not even sound like a game I want to put myself through the pain of playing.
okay, I'm gonna give it a higher rating than you guys. I didn't like the whole system of leveling, but the story, it sounded interesting. I'm gonna give it a 2.
Okay.
This is going to surprise you. Exponentially. And the only reason why I'm giving this is because I know the trick to break the game and make it slightly enjoyable. I'm giving it a 3.
So
I'm giving it a 3 for a few main reasons. It did give us the storyline depth, and it explained that you don't actually die in combat unless your entire team is wiped out. That makes sense to me. That's why you could tickle somebody with a feather and they'll wake up because the only thing that happened is, oh shit, 0 HP, unconscious. I can live with this. But when you have a monk guy who's holding up a giant boulder, saving your ass and your 2 buddies who you've lived with since you were yay big, yeah, that man is hardcore. And he sits there and he's like, oh shit, boulder, rolled over, and then he can speak for a few more seconds because he didn't get completely crushed and went, well, I'm dead, beep, 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 done. He's gone. No more him.
So
Yep,
you're
and I care about as much as that as the fucking turd I flushed in the toilet this morning.
Your Dragoon?
I fucking remorsed.
Oh, Minwoo? Minwoo dies?
Yep, and I flushed that turd too.
so you're giving this game a 3 because you know how to break the system.
No, I also like the concepts that they did start using because it
I'm
did.
confused.
That game actually did give us stuff that did keep going.
So now we have 2 people who gave it a 1, 1 who gave it a 0,
Basically,
a 0.5, a 2,
we're at
or
a 1.5 if even that.
If that.
Well, so far we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I gave it a 1,
point
sir.
5,
Uh,
6, 7.
So you're looking at
So
7.5.
so you have 7.5.
Yeah,
You divide that by the number of people in the room.
by 6. Yeah, we got
So
about
we got
1.25.
1, yeah, maybe 0.25.
Okay, so to be fair, this game
Ass.
ass. Can we move on to, let's say, I don't know,